So without wasting much time, let's start with our webinar today. So hello everyone, I'm delighted to welcome you to our IT webinar today. It's a pleasure to see so many passionate individuals and professionals gathered here to explore the ever-evolving world of information technology. I'm Deeksha and my co-host Naman. We are the host of today's session. Hey, hi Naman, are you there?
Hey, hi, Diksha. Good morning. And good morning to everyone who has participated today and excited about this session. So, thank you so much for joining and all the best, Diksha. Let's make this session another success full story for all of us.
Yes, definitely. And we're excited to invite you to our transformative webinar, Securing Your Dream DevOps Job Insights and Strategies. So, throughout the webinar, you'll have the opportunity to hear from our industry expert, gain new perspectives, and to ensure that you'll leave this webinar with a deeper understanding. And also, I encourage you to actively participate, ask questions, and feel free to drop your queries in the chat box. So may I know in the chat box from our audience today that from which part of country you all have joined today?
So, I think that USA and Canada, where people are coming from, let's see where are they. Okay, there is someone from Calgary. Yes, Canada. What about others, guys? So from which part of the world are you joining? Is it okay? Most of them are from US, Diksha.
Yeah, we can see the majority of people are from US, Canada, Nigeria, Calgary. All right, Will.
Awesome. Awesome, guys. I mean, we are loving the response we are receiving in the chat box. To make these kind of a webinars successful, only audience can do it with by maintaining the right amount of interaction in the chat box so that the speaker feels comfortable and people can, I mean, the speaker can realize that yes, there are people who are listening to. So thank you so much, guys. Please maintain your presence in the chat box. That will really going to help us.
Yes, everyone, please be active in the chat box and let's make today's webinar very much enthusiastic. Okay. Well, Naman, I would like to ask one question from you. May I?
Oh yeah, yeah, please go ahead.
So I had a question, like I hope you will be able to answer it or not. So why do DevOps engineer always carry an umbrella? Do you know this?
So do you think that DevOps engineers always carry an umbrella?
Will
I don't
anyone guess
know.
this? Anyone guess in the audience as well? Why do DevOps engineers carry umbrella with them? Please let us know in the chat
Guys,
box.
is it possible that DevOps engineer carries the umbrella? This is funny. So who thinks that DevOps engineer always carries the umbrella?
So anyone guesses in the chat box? Well, Naman, do you know the answer for this?
No, unfortunately, I don't know like why DevOps engineer carries the umbrella.
Okay, so I guess even our audience also are not aware that why DevOps engineer carries umbrella. Okay, well, let me answer this. Because they're used to dealing with cloudly situations and they know how to start dry, how to stay dry in rain of, technical issues.
Okay, so it means they are always into technical issues, and that's why they carry the umbrella.
Yeah,
That's fine.
exactly. And I hope so that would be much relatable for the audience who are already have some experience in DevOps, I guess. It might be relatable for them as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know what, Diksha, there are number of students. They always come back to me and say that Naman, we are stuck here. We are facing this issue. We are facing this issue. So I think you're right that DevOps engineers they face a lot of technical issues, and that's the main reason why they are able to develop that troubleshooting experience. Why they learn some more things when they are trying to, find a solution. They try to do a lot of research, and eventually they end up learning a lot of things. So so in the audience, guys, do you think that by troubleshooting and by doing a lot of research or by solving something, you're actually learning something? So who thinks this? that this is, I mean, do you think this is right? That when we are doing a research, it means that we are actually, or we are solving the problem. So it means that we are learning something new. Who think, yes, I think, yes, people are there who thinks it's right.
Okay, so without a further ado, let's start with today's webinar. Okay, so let's come upon with our today's agenda. So first, we're gonna let you know about us, that what Think Loudly is basically about, and we're gonna give you a brief introduction about Think Loudly, and then we'll have an interaction time where we're gonna welcome our guest who's gonna let you know about his journey, how he, his journey was, what obstacles he faced, and then we'll have our webinar offer. And in webinar offer, we're having a lot of exciting, exciting offers for you. And then we'll have the hack time where our industrial expert gonna let you know about it. Then we'll have the quiz session. As you all know that in quiz we're having a lot of exciting things, so we are coming up with that as well. And at last we'll have the FAQ sessions where you can ask your queries and doubts, etc. Okay, so basically now we're going to talk about why Think Loudly and what is Think Loudly all about. So in today's session, there are a lot of people who already know what Think Loudly is all about. But for the new audience, I would like to tell that Think Loudly helps to secure your journey to becoming certified IT and management professional, reserving your spot for high-paying opportunities. And we provide more than 25 plus courses to our students, whether it's cloud computing, DevOps, Scrum Master, project management, and many more. And here we'll be helping you, and we'll be helping the students with the training with our specialized trainers who are having more than 11 to 15-year experience in IT. And also we'll help them with the certification, handover projects, interview preparations, and job assistance in IT. And also, I would like to include that we are providing certificate of participation to our audience. So whosoever is interested, so please provide your details and click on the link to claim it. We're gonna provide you the link on the chat box. So there you can click on that. And you might be aware that certifications are very much valuable, and also it gonna get it really gonna help you in your career path as well. So whosoever is interested, I mean, they're willing to get this certification, so they can click on the link and we can provide you the information, and you can claim the certification of participation.
Yes, guys, this is very important. So whenever you attend such sessions and you all have your LinkedIn profiles, you can always share the certificate of participation of such events, which can bring a lot of attention from recruiters from your network, that you are an active person who joins the regular webinars to gain some information and to get an idea. So there is a link we have posted in the chat box. Please go over there. You can quickly fill your details so that right after this session, whosoever attend this session till the last, will be shooting a lot of certificates to each one of you, so that you can showcase to your friends, to your network, to your recruiters. That really helps. So just go and explore it. The link is in the chat box.
Yes, everyone, the link is in the chat box. You can click on this and you can claim your certificate of participation. All right. So now I'm truly honored to introduce our guest for today's webinar. Our guest, King Joshua, who's a true luminary in cloud computing with a wealth of knowledge and experience. His impressive achievement and contribution to the field have earned him a well-deserved reputation.
Hi guys, it's a pleasure to be here at this webinar today.
Hey, hi King, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thanks for asking. How's everyone doing?
So guys, King is one of the student at ThinkCloudly. He has been a very hardworking guy. he always used to ping me that, Naman, this is not working, that is not working. And because of that attitude, today he has secured the job already, having no background in IT. Today he is working in IT. So he, by with the medium of this platform, he's going to share his journey with all of us. So please listen to his journey carefully. And if you have any questions or query, please post your query in the chat box. So let's learn from King that how he made into IT with no experience. So King, over to you. The stage is yours. Please let us know, and we are excited to hear your journey.
Hi everyone, my name is Joshua King, and I'm excited to share my story today. Just for full transparency, I actually have a degree in computer science, so that were some sort of experience in IT, but being in the industry full time, I really didn't have that experience. I joined ThinkCloudly, I think far back as it's almost a year now, and when the guest speaker was introducing me, it's all about this patience and all about focus. So for me, my own journey, my unique journey is that I just wanted a resume at first. I wanted to, cut corners because I thought, okay, I could, be smarter than the system. But no, resume was not gonna get me anywhere. Anyways, I got introduced to who would do my resume for me, which became Naman. And Naman just advised me, why don't you get this training? Why don't you like? It's a small room. It's gonna very, very helpful. I know I'm sure Nama can remember. And then I was very skeptical, but I, gave it a try, started my cloud architecting journey. It was tough. I had to work at the same time. So I think that's the problem for most people, where you're trying to work, you're trying to find that balance, and then you still want to do what you really want to do. Some people join IT because of the money, but for me, it was more like the passion. I really wanted, that career path in IT fully, and cloud engineering, cloud computing was what I was interested in. And fast forward to, starting the trading. Of course, it was very interesting to see, oh, this is how these things work and all of that. I immediately started getting, I set up my LinkedIn. My LinkedIn started attracting people. Guys, I did not have any experience, but when I'm speaking with a recruiter, I called them. I'm like, I just got 3 calls. I was so excited. I was like, calm down. You're gonna keep getting more of those calls. I was getting prospective interviews. I actually landed my first interview, stage 1, 2, and 3. They were so shocked. Like, how did you, come this far? But the market is really could be really interesting. And I didn't get that one. I kept going. And mind you guys, I was still in class. I was not even done with my classes yet, but I was always on YouTube, always on ThinkCloudly's page. It's not enough to say because, ThinkCloudly teaches you and just, go back and not do the work. You have to put in the work. Personally, this is my own story. They didn't tell me to say this, but this is my own story. Even with everything they give you, you have to go back to the recordings, you have to ask questions, you have to try the projects out. So fast forward, I got frustrated along the line because it's a bittersweet story for me. I got frustrated. I'll call him, man, what is going on? I know the market is hard now, but are people really getting jobs? What's going on? Like, I'm getting these interviews, I'm not getting no calls back. What am I doing wrong? And guys, also you have to believe in yourself, you have to be patient, you have to wait the course, you know and then I kept pushing, said don't worry, something will come up soon, something will come up soon. And fast forward to when I got the job I have right now, I did not even take it seriously because I was that tired. But then I just little push and fit in me that let me just try and do the interview. Guys, I did an interview on a Monday, I got a result back. No, so I was supposed to get the result back on Friday, but they were so excited. And guys, I'm saying this right now, but OpenAI and some other, AI tools are your best friends. Analyze that resume, pick out what you think is the key point they're looking for in the resume. If you have any questions as to how to use OpenAI sources like ChatGPT, Neyman is always your friend. Go to him, ask questions, tell the ChatGPT to give you how to answer these questions, create scenario based, real life scenario based that you will have something to talk about. And of course, if you've done projects, you have something to talk about. So during my interview, questions like what have you done before? In fact, during the introduction, I kept it fluid and sweet, but I was able to highlight the key areas. And they're like, oh, you mentioned something during your introduction. And then that was how I was able to move them towards what I really wanted them to ask me because I was well prepared. But guys, mind you, at the same time, I did not really want to do that interview. So I did not even give it the most preparation as I did in my first interview. But I got that call on Wednesday instead of Friday saying, we think you're a great fit. Can we make you a deal real quick? I'm like, wait, is it that you didn't interview other people or you just really, really liked, what you saw from the first one? But yeah, guys, I'm here to tell you today, I got this job and I was offered the position and, yeah, it's been an exciting journey. So, just keep it short and sweet. That has been my story so far. If anyone has any questions, I'm more than happy to, answer those questions. But yeah, thank you, Naman. Thank you, everybody.
So, King, thank you so much for letting us know your journey. It was really sweet, as it sounds. But I would like to ask a question on behalf of my audience. So, how many interviews have you gone through? That's number one. And another question which I want to ask you that what were the real challenges?
Uh, I don't. Okay, to answer this question, I hope nobody gets scared. But I had at least 16 interviews. If I was gonna count it by the interviews and the time I interviews, at least 16. If I was gonna count it by the companies, at least 8 to 9. The reason I'm saying this is some companies will drain you. They want you to first, to architect a problem. They want you to. So at stages like stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm like, what is going on? I'm never going to do this again. So as far as interviews, it was a lot, but I didn't give up. And not all interviews were bad. Most of them, in fact, my first interview, I got to the final round with the director, but I think it's just the market anyways. And the real challenges were that, like I said, the job market may have its ups and downs, and also I think one thing I noticed was I was hell bent on some certain offers. I wanted to work only remotely. I was so scared. Oh, I don't have enough experience. So, guys, I mean, personally, I like challenges. I'm not too scared, and I will get some recruiters that'll call me and say, okay, after this interview, you're gonna come in office to do the final round. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I speak so confident and guess what? It never actually happens. So I think that's a way of, filtering people out and, because they feel like you probably don't know what you're saying and they want to scare you and say you come into office. And guys, even if you go into office, you still, just answer the question. The challenges were that, and the way I was able to, solve those challenges personally was that I was, like I said, ChatGPT became my best friend. I joined different communities. I was always asking questions, I asked Neyman, and I was able to, do what I can, and I guess that paid off. And I was flexible too. So yeah, that has been the challenges, and that has been my experience so far.
Great, that's really great. So, King, like when you are right now, when you're working as cloud engineer, so how many days have you been on the job and how do you feel about it?
Well, it's my third week now. How do I feel on the job? I feel, um, for lack of better words, I'm excited for sure. It gives me hope of um a better tomorrow, meaning that there's a lot of room to grow because my role, I was actually replacing, someone with a lot of years of experience, but for some reason they believe in me and they are ready to work with me. um, Everyone is letting me know that just take it easy. We're here for you. If you have any question, let us know. Just take but for me, I'm not laid back because I know I want to do the hard work now so I don't have to do the hard work later. So what I mean by that is I'm still keeping myself abreast. I'm still researching. I'm still watching, videos. I'm still going back to recordings. I'm still attending all of this live projects because you never know what challenges you ever face. You never know when you will actually need to do something that Think Loudly I've actually thought based on, and you just have to reference it and boom. So For me, it's been a sweet journey so far, and I'm hopeful for the best. I feel confident. I know I'm in a safe space. So yeah, so far it's been good the past 3 weeks.
Superb, superb. So, and what are the few tips you would like to pass on to our audience? So, like there are people who are attending different programs at Think Cloudly who have joined this webinar today. So, what are the few tips would you like to give? And how was your overall journey with Think Cloudly? Like, did you actually get what you really need at job? So, if you can just put some light on it, so people will have some tips and they will also know that what are the important things they should take away from Think Cloudly, whether those are the projects or tools or learning sessions or notes. So what are the important things you find that Think Cloudly were able to help you? Maybe I know that it's completely a hard work of a student. We cannot just take any credit ourselves. If King has got the job, then it's a hard work of the king which pays him off. But still, what do you think what were the offerings of Think Cloudly, what you like?
Oh,
And
yeah, of course. Like I mentioned, I did not know how to go about my cloud journey, and getting into Think Cloudly for sure gave me that safe space. At first, when I started classes, I saw fellow people like me, people who had no experience, and people who had probably just different backgrounds, and that one alone, being a community of just like very few people in class. I'm able to ask questions, and guys, the instructors are superb. They in fact, if you are in a class and you're mute, they want to engage with you. They ask you questions. They ask you to share your screen. Things like that just boost your morale. That, of course, was helpful for me. And then, like I said, without Think Loudly, I don't know how this journey would have been. So it's all thanks to them. It's all thanks to great people like Neyman, always ready to listen. Sometimes I call him at a different time zone. He picks up the call like, King, I'm sleeping, but can we just reschedule? If he can pick the call, he asks me, okay, tell me what it is. One way or the other, we solve it. There were times where I wanted like, special sessions because I really wanted more. They gave me that instructor. Oh, my instructor, I like my instructor. I need more. They gave me another thing that I need. So it was just all based off of the tools. And for the tools, we had great tutors that were able to, show me how to operate on the, AWS Management Console. Different services were explained. I went further to start my DevOps class, and it's been great so far. Just because I want to be able to make sense of everything, and all of this happened because of Think Loudly, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
thank you so much. No, no, thank you so much. I think even our team and instructors, they must be very inspired to hear from you, King. Uh, King, another question is that when you attended the AWS program and now you are attending the DevOps program, so would you suggest us, our students, that after attending AWS, they should also have some knowledge on DevOps? Do you think that combining DevOps can really be a game changer?
At first, you may think, oh, why do I need that? I don't like coding. I don't like this. I don't like that. But yes, please do it, guys. The reason is because the market is really hard right now. Not hard, like it's so good to know that you are able to use several technologies and you have idea. Even if you finally become just architecting or just engineering, but you having that DevOps background will surely, push. So I would advise do the architect and solutions architecting, and then, move to DevOps, because then now you can start seeing why you're doing certain stuff. Like DevOps is just, it bridges that gap between the operation team and the development. And you want to be, you want to, at the end of the day, be like an SME in your company. You want to be very, very important. You want to stay abreast. You want to, just keep pushing. And I think it's an exciting journey, and I think one will be proud of themselves knowing that you understand how these tools work, why you use certain tools. You're not just gonna say, oh, because it's Python, because you're using the command line interface. It doesn't really matter. But if you are done with your cloud engineering or cloud architecting course and you move to DevOps, it will start to make even more sense. And then you can now decide, what job role do I really want? Am I trying to be an SRE, or am I trying to just be DevOps? Am I trying to just, be engineer? So yes, 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 I do really recommend it. I'm still on that journey myself, and it's sweet. I promise you guys.
So we can really recognize by the voice, King, that how it feels like to be success in the journey, what you were actually planning to do maybe 1 year ago. So I think that's something which we are hearing from you, and we are really liking it.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I hope to congratulate you guys soon. I hope to, be writing the same congratulatory message to everyone.
No, we
Thank you.
definitely saying, you know what, we are gonna bring everyone in these sessions because you guys become a testimonial to all of them. So sometimes in the middle of the journey, a lot of people they start feeling that whether am I on the right journey or not. But people like you who have that determination, perseverance, because of you guys, we see success stories coming up, and that becomes the fuel to do more and to put more efforts so that they can land a job. Thank you so much, King. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Do you
Thank
guys
you.
have any question for King? Is there anyone who wants to ask questions? And because I think I have asked a lot of questions already, but do you have any questions you want to ask from King? Anyone about technology, about experience, about any tip you want to take? No worries, King. So if we see any question coming up, we'll certainly let you know. I think I have asked all the questions on the behalf of the entire audience crew. So I think okay, there's one guy who wants to ask questions. So can you just drop your question in the chat box if you don't mind? I think it's Kylie. Can you drop a question if you want to ask a question? Please use the chat box. So, King, there is a question from someone. So he's asking, when did you join ThinkCloudly? King, you need to unmute yourself. Guys, can you please unmute
All
King?
right. Yeah. So when I was introducing myself, I mentioned that I joined in January of this year, I believe. I made the decision in December and January. I said, okay, yes, I have to do this, and yeah, it's been that's how long it has been.
Great. And another question someone wants to ask, like, definitely not everyone wants to share the salary, but let's say that if someone who wants to, go for a job and recruiter is asking, what is your expectation? So what is
All
the
right,
rate
all right.
you can give?
Let, yeah, I'm excited to answer this. Well, I'm not going to mention my salary, but I'm excited to. In fact, I'm very, very up. I'm all up for people getting the most money as much they can get from the companies. Anyways, when you're being asked what from my own experience, because I've spoken to recruiters a lot of times, when they ask you what is your offer, or what are you asking, I like to say, what are you offering? And if they don't want to talk, they say, no, you just go for it. I'm like, okay, just to avoid the back and forth. I said, well, according to the market, market value. And guys, just Google's your friend. Market value, it's XYZ amount to XYZ amount, but I'm flexible. And now you have an amount in your mind, go above that amount and add it to your range. And now they're gonna have to be the one to say, oh, that's a lot. But then always, if you know you're I mean, I always wanted to be flexible. Not everyone wants to be flexible, but I was flexible because I want my foot at the door and I need that experience. So guys, maybe if it works for you, don't be too rigid about the salary. Try to be flexible. At least make sure it's in the bracket of what the market value is, depending on where you live and cost of living and all those things. So I think that should help.
Awesome. And so there's another question from Paul, that how did you know about ThinkCloudly? I mean, Did you find a flyer or friend? How did you find us?
So I think ThinkCloudly really doing a great job, especially in the United States and amongst because I'm black, amongst the black community here. So it's always word of mouth. So how did I find out? I saw a very nice, simple resume. And I'm like, this resume is very detailed and it shows results. And I'm like, who did this resume for you? And there goes Think Loudly. And that was how I was able to find out about Think Loudly. And I've been able to introduce other people to Think Loudly too. So I think I think the work speaks for them. Yeah. So I found out about Think Loudly.
Okay, and thank you so much, King. Another question, I'll just quickly take all the questions. I know that I'm killing your time and you came on impromptu. So basically, Cedric is asking, what would you say was the most challenging part in interviewing?
Okay, the most challenging part about interviewing is, bro, there were times where I got very scared. It's not like they are right here with me, but I'll fidget. I'll call them my name and say, I can hear the tense, the tension in your voice. I said yes. So, guys, my first ever interview, you know what I did? I had so many cardboards everywhere. I had many papers, sticky notes, different window screen, trying to practice, dressed up, suit tie. I was like, so, but the challenging part of it is you really don't know what they want to ask you. So, I think the cheat code is always going to be in your. So, the first one is the job description, the JD. Look at preferred qualification, not qualifications, preferred or I would say skills or anything that says preferred. Look at how they highlight it. Like I said, ChatGPT may be very good at that, at highlighting it. I didn't start with using ChatGPT to analyze my resume, and also, if you have worked on project before, you can talk about what you've done. And I was always ready to tailor my resume towards the job description. So during the interview, the most challenging part was I did not know what they were going to ask me. I sometimes, I don't know if this works for another person, but when I get very tense, even in the front of the interview, I was able to drink water because I've been talking for too long. So I need to drink water, maintain my calmness. And it's never been a problem with me. And I was always ready to ask them questions that show them that this person or this man is knowledgeable, and then it was able to help ease me. So I don't just want to be talking. I'm able to like ask them certain questions, very useful questions that makes them start talking. And then if there's anything while they're speaking that I've actually done before with project or that I've read on, I would just, pitch in my knowledge right there. And then it shows that, oh, what we're talking about, he knows what we're talking about. And like that, I started having more confidence with my interviews. And that was a challenging part. And I'm just giving how I was able to also avoid, easing those challenges. At the end of the day, you don't know what they want to ask you, but you can start by being prepared. Say, you have to kind of know you have to know what is in your resume. You have to know what the job description is. Once you know those two R codes, I think you do well. You will not be blank. You will know what to say because regardless of whatever support technology might be able to offer you, you still need to be able to do all of the impression. You have to be able to talk to them even if they prep you for the interview. You still are going to be the one interviewing. So this were the challenges.
Thank you so much, King.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another question, King, from Kofre. This is a question I have heard from many of the students, and I want to ask from your real experience that when the organization hired you, are they providing you any training, or you are hired as an expert, and on the day one they ask you to start working on the issues? So, or are they providing you any training?
Well, my case is very unique because the impression I gave was very impressive, for lack of words. So of course the expectations, but day one, that's a no. You're not gonna do anything on your day one. Is they just basically introduce you into the team, and because I go on site, like I said, I like challenges. I'm not scared of that. And my first few days hybrid style, so that's fine. I was just being introduced to the team, and I don't start working on day one. And because I already know what I'm up against, I started asking reasonable questions like, are there any documentations to how you've resolved several things in the cloud? Because my job description had things I already highlighted, and I already had those questions, so they started providing me with what they could provide me with, and the rest that they could not provide me with. So at the end of the day, whatever you know is company specific, is company unique. Some company want to focus on compliances, PCI, environment, and other stuff. You've been doing vulnerability management, patching. So there are things there is more than that than just setting up an EC2 instances and all those things, but the company will, at the end of the day, provide you with someone that you will shadow. I don't know, companies may be different, but for my company, I just have to shadow someone, and I have to show also that I am a fast learner, and that way you get to keep the job, you get to grow within the company, and then your confidence will increase. So I think no one is gonna, just to answer the first question you asked me, no one is gonna say start doing something immediately. It still takes time. They have to give you visibility into the environment. You have to see what you're working with. You have to, have different passwords being set up. You have to assign your roles and permissions, all those things. So it's not immediately. It's not on your day one. But as time goes on, I think it's always going to be 90 days. So the first 1 month maybe nothing really, but your second month start picking up things, and your third month you should start expecting some autonomy, meaning that you're going to be doing the same thing over and over, and then like that, you lock in the job. And I think, I'm excited to share my story again sometime soon. But yeah, no one's gonna ask us to do anything
Yeah,
immediately. And
great.
yeah.
Yeah, King. So King, I'm just trying to cover questions. People have posted some questions for you. So, but thank you so much for answering this. And that really makes sense that, every organization is hiring for a different role. I mean, though you are working as DevOps engineer or cloud engineer, but their tool sets might be different from the organization you were previously working on, or maybe some other organization. So every organization has a set of tools they are using. And when you come on board, you need to know them, right? And at that time you can take help from your seniors or from your colleagues, peer colleagues. So King, in your case, are they very helpful? The people who are working with you, are they very helpful? Or do you think that from the day one you have started feeling office politics coming up?
Well, I'm not gonna say any of that, yeah, but the truth is, there's a check-in one-on-one with my director and my area manager that I report to. So they're able to, ease me in. So I think I'm getting the support I need. My name constantly comes up. Welcome, welcome King, welcome Josh to the team. Please provide him with whatever, I can feel that, how do I put this? I don't feel the office politics playing in at all. I think it's a very, very diverse community. It's very mixed, and I don't feel any of those things, at least not yet. I hope not. And it feels like a healthy environment at the end of the day. And the support, yeah, I get support from people that have been in the company longer than I have been, than older too. So they're able to, they're able to tell me to, just take things easy, be calm. We're gonna, support you. Some of them are ready to hold me by the end, and just walk me through that journey. But also, like I said, personally, I'm the kind of person that likes to show that I can grab things fast. You teach me 1, 2 times. I want to show that yes, from the last one you taught me, I've been able to do this, and then that way it's exciting for whoever is teaching you to. So yeah, I feel like there's no company politics planning right now. I hope not. It feels like a good environment, and I've been able to research the company well. So I think I'm good.
Awesome. So another question, King, from Kylie. I hope you're not tired of answering the questions.
No,
We
no,
can,
no, I'm
we can,
not.
we can pause
I'm
here
very
if you
excited
if
to share.
you're feeling like that.
No, 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 that's fine.
Okay. So King, another question from Kylie, that do you advise someone cybersecurity or do you advise someone DevOps? I
Okay,
think
this
that is
question.
something very very personal question because everyone has a choice. Don't you think that, King?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. However, none of it is a waste. Having a security mindset as a DevOps engineer is always going to be key. I call them best practices. You know, if you like cybersecurity, of course, go for it. If you love DevOps, go for it. At the end of the day, it's going to be a personal choice. Like I was mentioning before, there'll be a time your skill set in cybersecurity. There's something they also call cloud security. So at the end of the day, it all cuts across. You know, you'll probably be using some cybersecurity tools. You know, some all those things will at the end of the day cut across. Personally, if I was able to tell you what to do, I would say DevOps, but that does not mean cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is yet to stay. No company wants to be hit with any type of attack. Cybersecurity is not going anywhere anytime soon. DevOps is not going anywhere anytime soon. So I don't know. I think also one needs to factor a recession-proof career, and all these careers are very, very good. They're very, very great. Your job is secure. So I would say at the end of the day, go for what really, really excites you. But if I have to tell you, I would say DevOps.
Great. Great. That's really nice. So another question, I want to take it up. One moment. Uh,
I think it's Latifa. She
Latifat,
said,
yes.
"Hello."
Yeah, I was just checking her. Latifat question. So she's asking like, how long have you been working in this position, and what are the challenges for someone from a non-technical background? And another question she's asking, did cybersecurity meet your expectations? But I think, Latifa, just to clarify your second question, King is working in cloud and DevOps area, not in cybersecurity. But anyways, I think King, you can pick up the first question for Latifat.
Yeah, so how long have you been working in this position? Like I mentioned, have been training, but that is not enough because when you actually start the job as with a company, that's when I think it starts to count. So is not been too long. And the challenges for someone from a non-technical or IT background, uh, I would say I've seen people that were they just study economics. I've seen people with almost just an associate degree, and at the end of the day, I think the challenges will be you challenge yourself. Yourself is the first challenge, if that makes sense. So that's you say, I want this. Why do I want this? Okay, whatever reason that excites you, let that be the motivation. Let that. I'm not here to. I'm not here to give this motivational kind of speech because I'm telling you, many months back, it didn't make sense to me when someone comes on ThinkCloudly to, speak about their journey. It sounded like, oh, okay, yeah, no problem. But it makes much sense now that I'm in this position to give it. And I would say the challenges may be that you're scared or you're worried. So I think, take it technology or tools step by step. I think avoiding to learn too many things at the same time is a problem, and it could get overwhelming and you could just black out and zone out like, oh my god, I think I'll just and also the challenge may be because you also have to keep working. I don't know what part, maybe you're in the United States, I don't know where you are, but you know how you have to keep paying your bills, and that's the most challenging part. And I'm speaking my own truth because there are times where I still have to work, and I'm like, I don't like this job, not because the job is not okay, to pay my bills, but because it's not really what I want to do. So take it one step at a time. Start with why you really want to do it. Start by challenging yourself. Take the tools step by step, and gradually you start to see, if you really, really like it. And from there, I think that whole motivation is gonna help you to overcome the challenges. And yes, so to answer that question, and also does Think Loudly provide reference? I think Nema will be the best person to answer that. And was the training qualitative or quantitative? I think it's both. I think it's both. There's so much quality in it. Neyman, is there any other thing you may want me to ask or answer?
No. I think we are good, King. I'm so sorry if we are shooting just questions, but honestly, we are happy to hear your journey from someone who is already in the market now, or you can say already on job. So King, generally, a lot of people they come to us and they say there are different organizations offering training at different cost. Some trainings are very expensive, right? And that's the reason why we bring such webinar offers, which you might be looking at in front of you. So, do you think that these webinars offers people over here can really avail these offers? And this really helps because I think out there the programs are very expensive and they're offering either the same quality or maybe the less quality. So, what do you think about it? The last question.
Um, wait, okay, no, it's fine. So to answer that question, I know of different organizations offering, I think it's everywhere now. You open your social media, someone's advertising something, but I always stay with ThinkCloudly anytime, not just because they kind of hold you by your hands, and if you have questions, they don't. I think the admin team does a great job at working with you and making these courses very, very affordable, in my opinion. Because if you okay, so some people say I'll just go to Coursera, I'll just go to Udemy. Yeah, all those people are just I'll call them like tutor, educational tutors. You need someone that you could ask questions at any point in time. And I think I will always recommend Think Cloudy to anybody. So yeah, Think Cloudy all the way.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, King. Thank you so much for, clarifying all the doubts people have. I think this is where it really helps. And you know what? I'm not going anywhere, King. I'm going to definitely come back to you, seeking your help, and you can always come back to me and seek my help. So we also have to collaboratively work, even when you are at job or if you need some other help, because in life when you are in IT you'll be always upgrading your skills. So at any
Of
point of
course,
time you need our help, we are always here for you, I promise you. Not
no
just me,
problem.
the entire team, I promise you. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you,
Thank you
thank you
so
for
much.
reassuring.
Thank you so much. So, guys, can we say thanks to King for coming today and enlightening us for all the details he has shared? I think King, uh, King is one of the best person in this webinar where he has shared patiently all his experience to us so that we can take the right decisions going forward. So can we just say thanks to to King who made it today, and it really helps. I think personally to me as well it really helps because I know what to talk to new students who come to Think Loudly when I hear some of the stories from the students who are working. That's why I'm always talking to people to make sure that I am up to date, so the message what I pass to the students, that's the right direction. So thank you so much, King, I really appreciate. Sure. So moving on to the next part, one moment. Yeah. So guys, as just to inform all of you, if you are planning some winter break for your kids, so we have a course on for kids, especially designed for kids, where they learn a technology which is web development. And we cover HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These are the three different web technologies languages. And by the end of the course, the kids can actually develop games like tic-tac-toe and computer games. So it's really important, everyone, if you are planning your kids to have a career in IT and you want to motivate them from now onwards, and at the same time you want to utilize their winter break, so you can enroll them in a kids course that can be really helpful. Because I know that I have heard from our students that if kids enroll in such courses, they are not just learning IT, but their academics also get better. So their logical thinking, their academics, and their way of thinking gets really good. So if you're planning to, if you're planning something about your kids this winter break, please plan the kids course, code for kids. This is a program we offer and at a very affordable price. Okay, so one moment. Yeah. So before we actually go towards the quiz section of this webinar, okay, so the price for the kids course is again $399. So if in case you are interested, you can drop your details, and we will touch base with you and provide you all the necessary details about the kids course on the call. So you can drop your query if you are interested for your kids. The fees is going to be 399 USD. Okay. Okay, guys. So let's get started. Let me get started with something I want to show about DevOps. As you know that King has been working in IT as a cloud engineer, or you can say DevOps engineer. So I want to touch upon some of the important parts of DevOps. So just give me one moment. Okay. So first of all, we would like to see, I hope everyone can see my screen. I just switched the tab. So is everyone able to see my screen? Okay, great. So when we talk about DevOps, right? So the question which comes to all of us, that how much a DevOps engineer actually earns. DevOps is considered to be one of the most, or you can say high in demand career option for many of the individuals in United States and Canada, especially and in UK as well. So right now, the average salary for DevOps engineer is close to $104,000 a year. So you can see the median, it's a median salary, but if you can see that it actually goes above $150,000. One of the student at ThinkCloudly got a job of $220,000. I think that is the highest. So if you are planning DevOps, you can consider DevOps. It's one of the best career option for all the students. And when we talk about the salary, it has multiple components. It has bonus, it has profit sharing, like you can get the stocks from the organization. So, and it has the base salary. So the average pay as per the survey is $104,000, but we have seen that people are able to secure a job at least for $135,000. So that's the average pay we are seeing among our students. The the important job roles, guys, it's important that we know that what job roles am I going to apply when I complete my DevOps program, when I am ready to find a job. So these are the 6 main job roles when you work as DevOps engineer. So the first one is itself DevOps engineer. Second is build engineer. Even the build engineers are expected to know DevOps technology. And then release manager, this is another job role. Platform engineer and site reliability engineer and DevOps automation expert. These are the same roles. These are the different names to the same job responsibilities. So if you're working as site reliability engineer, essentially you will be doing the job of DevOps engineer. Or if you're working as build engineer, in today's world, you'll be working as DevOps engineer. So you're expected to know DevOps tools very well. Remember one thing, that organizations like Microsoft, Google, Apple, all these big brands are hiring people for the role that is site reliability engineer. Okay, SRE. This is one of the most popular role, and this is the one of the most high paying role right now in the industry, in the ecosystem of DevOps. So if you guys are planning to get into DevOps role, site reliability engineer can be one of the best role where you can get a chance to work for Amazon, Apple, Google, Netflix, very big different organizations. Now, when we talk about the job roles, it's quite important for us that we pay attention to different tools, you know. So does anyone know any tool of DevOps? Can anyone name the tool of the DevOps if you know it? Anyone in the chat? Uh, can you guys please drop at least one DevOps tool you know? Ansible, okay. Jenkins, yes. What else, guys? Which other tool do you know? Terraform, yes. Yes. What else? Kubernetes, correct. Okay. Docker, yes, you're right, guys. Docker. Linux, correct. So guys, here is the list of the tools which should be focused by someone who is working as a DevOps engineer or working towards DevOps engineer. Guys, keep in mind that all these I have actually segregated all the important tools of DevOps into 9 parts over here. Okay. So remember one thing that you are going to you're gonna hear a lot of different tools. Okay, because DevOps has over 100 tools, but it is not humanly possible to know each and every tool. But yes, when you know at least these 9 tools which are listed in front of you, it means you are eligible to work for any role listed over here. So if you know all these tools very well, then you can work as a site reliability engineer or DevOps automation expert or platform engineer. So you can work for any role. So now let's talk about the tools, like which tools are important. So over here, if you see that, you know, like the first one which I consider to be very important is the infrastructure as code, IAC. And Terraform is the code which is infrastructure as code. So you can type a small script and create the infrastructure. Then we have CI/CD pipelines. This is also one of the most important tool of DevOps. Then we have SCM. Can anyone tell me what is the full form of SCM? I know that many of you have already heard about GitHub, but what is the full form of SCM? No one? Okay, so SCM stands for Source Control Management. Okay, so the GitHub is actually a SCM tool, which is source code management. Okay, it's very important as a DevOps engineer that you know GitHub very well. There are multiple tools in SCM, Bitbucket, VSTS, but the most important one is GitHub. If you know GitHub, you can deal with others as well. That's why DevOps has over 100 tools, but it's quite important that you master these 9 or 10 tools which are listed over here in front of you. Then containerization. This is where the market is really hot at this point of time. So what do you think, guys, that why containerization is important? Do you guys know what is containerization? So containerization is actually a way by which you can deploy the code in a very isolated environment. So that's why containerization is becoming a very high in demand technology these days. I have seen a lot of projects, a lot of big projects using this technology, and that is achievable by Docker and Kubernetes. After that, we have cloud. I mean, I don't imagine DevOps without cloud. So it's quite important, everyone, that you know at least one cloud. If you have enrolled in DevOps course and if you don't know cloud, then you are in the middle of the sea. You need to make sure that you have a plan of adding cloud with it. After that, we have the scripting over here. So scripting is very important, which is Linux. So whosoever is getting into DevOps, if you are familiar with Linux commands, Linux scripting, it's going to be super helpful. After that, someone might have heard about monitoring tool. In DevOps, there are multiple monitoring tool. So when you're working as site reliability engineer, right, people expect you to have a good idea of monitoring tools. So there are monitoring tools like Grafana, Prometheus, ELK Stack. As I told you that DevOps has multiple different tools, but at least if you have 1 or 2 tools in your resume, I think that's going to be wonderful. Post that, collaboration tool like Jira, because when you work in a team, you need to know how people collaborate at one platform. And that is not possible without Jira. I know that all the working professionals who have joined this and they know how important Jira is. Even at ThinkCloudly, internally, we are using Jira as a tool to work collaboratively in the team. So whosoever is learning Scrum Master, project management, or maybe DevOps, make sure you know Jira very well. And the last one is the configuration tool, configuration management tool, which is like Ansible. This is also considered to be one of the main demand of DevOps. So guys, if you are taking down the notes, make sure that you're focusing on each and every block which is listed over here. I promise you one thing, who has mastered these tools has already secured the job. So if you have started mastering these tools, I promise you guys, spend more and more time in these tools, practice more and more. Try to visit sessions more and more. And I know that if you master these tools, you have that one IT job. I think no one can say no to this, because whosoever has mastered it has already secured the job in IT. So this is it. I hope this is the informational. This is informational to all of you. Like whatever I just said, all the job roles and important tools to focus on. Make sure, guys, that you are taking down notes properly and focusing on something which will help you to land a job. So over to you, Diksha. So it's a quiz time.
All right, Will. So this is the quiz time. So everyone just focus upon this quiz session. So if you want to start with the quiz session, as you can see on the screen that you can see the QR code. So if you want to enroll in the quiz session, then you can just scan the QR code, or in the chat box, you can see the link over there. As you can just click on that link and you can join that quiz session. So let me clear you with the rules as well, although the new ones won't be aware about it. So in the quiz session, you will be getting 5 questions, and each questions contain 15 seconds. And once you mark your answer, you won't be able to change it. So please mark it in a very concentrated manner and do focus upon your answer, what you have marked. And the winner will be the one who'll be and the winner will be the one who'll get higher marks at lesser time. All right, so now the quiz has been started. So everyone, please pay attention towards it, and best of luck, everyone. All right, so we got our 3 top winners for today's quiz session. First winner is John, the second winner is Hippolyte, and the third one is Sylvester. Congratulations to all of you 3. You have won the quiz session for today's webinar. Everyone, please congratulate them in the chat box, please.
Thank you so much. And congratulations, all 3 of you, John, Hippolyte, and Sylvester. Please contact us so that we can take it forward. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining today's session. And thanks to Diksha. Thank you, Diksha.
Thank you for watching. Switch from non-IT to IT today. Explore www.thinkcloudly.com.